Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to the April 2022 Ask Aqua Alex Live Fish Keepers Q&A. I'm your host, the one and the only South American fish keeper and monster fish hobbyist, Aqua Alex Cardinale. How are all my fish keepers doing today? I greatly appreciate you taking the time to be a part of today's video, whether you're watching this video live or you're catching the replay of today's video. I greatly appreciate your view. I look forward to answering any and all of your tropical fish keeping questions tonight. This is going to be a fun Fish Keepers Q&A for the month of April 2022. Tonight I have an action-packed Fish Keepers Q&A coming your way. On top of answering your questions, I'm going to talk about my favorite freshwater community fish. I'm going to talk about fish that resemble saltwater fish on the freshwater side in terms of coloration. And I'm also going to talk about opening ponds since it is now springtime and a lot of people in New England and areas where it's cold, they're going to start opening up their koi ponds. And we're going to discuss that tonight as well. And for the first time ever on Fish Keeper Show Off, I, Aqua Alex Cardinale, am going to show off some of my personal fish. I'm going to show off all the fish that I got from Aquatic Rarities and Tangled Up in Cichlids tonight. On top of that, I'll also go over the stock list for tangledupincichlids.com, Aquatic Rarities, and freshwater and exoticfishshop.com. So that's what's on tap for tonight's Fish Keepers Q&A. So as always, if you have any tropical fish keeping questions, please post them in the comments and I will answer them live on the air. And if you're watching this video after it has already aired live, I will still answer your comments in the comment section of YouTube after the show as well. So feel free to ask me any freshwater or saltwater questions that you have. I have experience in both freshwater and saltwater. So just post your questions in the comments below and I will answer them. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start our April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A with our opening segment called Aqua Alex Asks You. And these are questions that you can answer as well. All right, so this month, here are my Aqua Alex Ask You questions. My first question, if you could be any fish species, what fish would you be? My second question is, if you can get new fish, what new fish would you want to get for your aquarium? And my last question is, how often do you do water changes? Do you enjoy doing water changes? Post your answers to my questions in the comments as well as your own questions. So I'm going to start the show by answering my questions. If I could be any fish species, what fish would I be? Well, I would love to be a black wolffish or a Amara wolffish. I think wolffish are the perfect freshwater predators of the Amazon River in South America. They have the looks, they have the fearsome reputation, especially the Amara wolffish. They eat piranhas, they eat smaller peacock bass, and other catfish species and other monster fish species. Plus, the wolffish is one of my favorite fish species. I love that they are ferocious predators. They'll eat shrimp, tilapia, but they can also have tank mates, unlike piranhas, as long as the tank mates are too big to be eaten and they won't pester the wolffish. The next question, if you can get new fish, what new fish would you want to get? Well, I would say Fieste cichlid or the true red terror. But one of my dear friends, James Anthony, hooked me up with my very own red terror. And that was a fish that I wanted for many years. And I finally got my hands on a true red terror, courtesy of my friend James Anthony. And this Sunday on the 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live, I'm going to show off the fish that James Anthony sent me for the celebration of my 100th video of Ask Aqua Alex Live. So there is only one more fish that I want to add to my 125-gallon aquarium, and that would be a datnoid. Datnoids are pretty awesome. They're a really cool, personable fish. They have a lot of personality. They're a cool predatory fish. They will eat smaller fish that fit in their mouth. They're kind of like a freshwater perch, and they do great with South American fish. I am, as a matter of fact, getting a new fish this week, and it's supposed to be coming in tomorrow, so I'll be picking him up tomorrow. I pre-ordered him, and he's a cool fish species. It's actually a monster of a very popular beginner fish. It's a monster of a very popular community fish, and I'll show him off on the 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live. And the last question, how often do I do water changes? I do water changes twice a week on my 125. And I enjoy doing water changes. Yes, I love it. I look at water changes as one of my forms of exercise. I do old school water changes, meaning I still use a bucket and a siphon. Well, actually, I use 3 buckets and one of those water change siphons. I fill the buckets with dirty water, carry them to the bathroom, and then refill with fresh water. But luckily for me, the bathroom is right next to my tank, so that's very easy for me, and I really appreciate the fact that the bathroom is really near my aquarium. So I really enjoy doing water changes. It's fun. It's not a chore. I like it, and I think it's a great part of owning aquarium fish is being able to provide them with good, clean water and keeping them clean and watching them grow and feeding them is fun as well. But I'm one of those weird guys that enjoys doing water changes. I like water changes. It's pretty fun. And I've got to admit, I love my canister filter. The Fluval FX4 is doing a great job on my tank. As you can see behind me, look how clear the water is now. I've got the Fluval FX4, I've got the 3 hang-on-the-back filters, and I've got another canister filter coming, and my tank is crystal clear. I really, really love it, and it's a amazing filter, so I definitely recommend the Fluval FX4. For years, I've been intimidated by canister filters, but now that I have one and now that I enjoy my tank and I love the crystal clear look, I'm always going to have a canister filter. So those are the questions I'm asking you. You can post your answers in the comments, and you can also post your questions in the comments as well. Shout out to Steve's Aquatics. Steve is in the house, and Steve says, I'm in my garage and my fish room doing water changes right now. That's awesome. And the fact that you're doing water changes while watching my show is really awesome. So thank you very much for being a legendary subscriber and viewer. And you're an awesome fish keeper as well. So while I wait for some of your questions to come in and some of your answers to my questions to come in, we're going to get to our first topic for the April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A. And that first topic is going to be my favorite community fish species. Now, I've been known as a monster fish guru for many years. As a matter of fact, a huge majority of my fish keeping hobby, I have been keeping monsters. But for a few years, I have enjoyed community fish, and I do have a lot of respect for community fish. And one day, I will set up a tank dedicated to smaller community fish. I have respect for them and I enjoy them. Some of the community fish that I like are a little bit more of the large growing size, like the Menthinus argentis silver dollar, the bala shark, tinfoil barbs, red tail sharks, rainbow sharks, roseline sharks, giant danios. Those are all perfect for the fish that I keep. They would be great tank mates. But today, I want to talk about community fish that I would have to set up a separate aquarium for, and that is what exactly might be going into the tank next to me that is currently empty. So let's get started. The first community fish that is one of my personal favorites is this guy. This is a flag cichlid, also known as a festivum. Festivums are a very peaceful cichlid, and they can grow anywhere from 6 to 9 inches in length, depending on the species. And there are many different species of flag cichlids, aka festivums or flag acaras, whatever you want to call them. And they're very peaceful, but they can be a little bit aggressive to tetras. But yes, you can keep them with tetras. You can keep them with a little bit larger fish like severums, waru, and chocolates as well. But these guys are like the cichlid version of a gourami. They're great with angelfish and a great community cichlid overall. My next favorite community cichlid would be the Bolivian ram. This is a very colorful fish, and it does not grow huge. The Bolivian ram will max out at around 3.5 inches, which would make it perfect for a 40 breeder or a 55 or even a 29-gallon aquarium. Very, very colorful fish, a very affordable cichlid. And unlike the larger boisterous cichlids, they're not going to kill their tank mates, which is what I like about the Bolivian rams. On the other side of the token, we have the German blue ram. And this is also a very beautiful fish. But unlike their name, they actually do not come from Germany. The German blue ram comes from South America, just like the Bolivian ram. And the German blue ram also will grow to about 2.5 to 3 inches. And the German blue ram is so popular in the aquarium hobby that there are many different variants. There is the original German blue ram, then there is the electric blue ram, and there's a couple other variants out there. They're all very, very nice looking, and they're all very easy to keep, which is great. My next favorite community fish would be Corydoras, and I like a whole lot of Corydoras. Some of my personal favorite Corydoras would be the panda cories, would be the stir-by cories, would be, let's see, the albino Corydoras cats, the leopard Corydoras, the July Corydoras, but my all-time favorite Corydoras cat is called the Jumbo Corydoras or the hognose Corydoras. It's actually a species of Brocius. And the Brocius is a semi-large catfish for a Corydoras, growing to be about 4 inches in length, sometimes a little bit bigger, maybe 4.5. But all species of Brocius come in from the wild, usually Peru or Brazil or Colombia, but mostly from Peru. And I first found out about the brocious catfish from a fish store in Massachusetts that specialized in wild caught fish from Peru. He always brought in brocious cats, and that's when I picked up a whole school of them. And I definitely got to add some brocious cats to one of my tanks that I have in the future because they're one of the most exciting looking of the corridors, and they get to a good size, but not too big, which is great. So the next couple of community fish that I'm going to talk about are tetras. And I love tetras. I love tetras of all sizes, whether they're the neons, the tiny little neons, the itty bitty neons, or the massive pacu and piranha. I love tetras. And one of my favorite community tetra is the Serpe tetra, a beautiful orange tetra with black colorations. Now, you guys know that I work at the Palm Beach Zoo and I see tigers a lot. Well, this tetra resembles a tiger in my opinion. It has the orange color, the black color, and it has the tiger attitude. It is a very fierce tetra. It can be a little bit nippy, but still a really cool fish. And then we've got the black skirt tetra, which is another favorite community fish of mine. Very peaceful fish, very hardy fish. And this fish is so popular that this is the fish that is used to make the glow tetra. And the glow tetra is a fish that is infused with jellyfish DNA to have that deep coloration. And unlike the Fruit Loop tetras, the coloration stays with them throughout their entire life because they are not artificially dyed or whatever, like the fruit tetras. So the glow tetras are a nice fish. And my last favorite community fish would be the marble hatchet fish. If and when I set up a community aquarium, I'm going to have a school of these beautiful creatures at the top of my aquarium. The marble hatchet are very awesome looking, a very prehistoric looking fish, and they're very, very cool if you ask me. So those are my personal favorite community fish for freshwater. So that was our first topic for this month's Ask Aqua Alex Live, April 2022, Fish Keepers Q&A. So again, if you have any fish keeping questions, post them in the comments and I will answer them. And I look forward to answering them. And you could also answer the questions that I'm asking you. Aqua Alex asks you. All right. So one thing I want to talk about before I get into my next topic, and that is aquatic wetline, which was the very first podcast that I did on aquarium fish. Aquatic wetline returned last night, and it returned in a new format known as Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable. It is hosted by me, Aqua Alex, and my friend Steve from Steve's Aquatics. And we had an amazing episode last night. Our guest was a good friend of mine, Central and South American cichlid expert and breeder, James Anthony. We talked about Fiesta, red terrors. We talked about how we got into the aquarium hobby. We talked about acrylic aquariums versus all glass aquariums. We talked about our favorite fish. We talked about pretty much everything about the aquarium hobby. It was a huge success. I had a lot of awesome live viewers, and the reception was great. Everyone loved the episode. So I would like to say thank you to everyone that watched the episode live last night. If you have not had the opportunity to check out the return of Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable, definitely check it out because it's going to be a fun series. And last night's episode was amazing. I really had a great time. Steve had a great time. And my friend James had a great time. And as a matter of fact, James has agreed to come back for May's Aquatic Wetline. So that's going to be great. So Aquatic Wetline is on my YouTube channel. the legendary Alex Cardinale, and it also has its own playlist. So if you go to my playlist section of my YouTube channel, you will see Aquatic Wetline Fish Keepers Roundtable, and you can watch it there. I highly recommend that you check it out. I think you're going to enjoy that episode. All right, so let's get to my next topic for tonight's show. And we're going to talk about fish that I think on the freshwater side that are just as colorful as some of the saltwater fish out there. Now, personally, I have kept both freshwater and saltwater fish, and I love both. I love freshwater and I love saltwater. So when someone asks me, do I have a preference? Do you prefer fresh or saltwater? It is very hard for me to give an answer because I have reasons of loving freshwater and I have reasons of loving saltwater. But one of the advantages that saltwater has is that a lot of their fish have the most coloration and some of their fish have personality. But on the freshwater side, especially with monster fish, they have appetites, ferocious appetites. They have personalities, and um, they're so personable. Freshwater fish, especially fish like Oscars and monster catfish, and etc. But there are some freshwater fish, in my personal opinion, that have coloration that is very similar to saltwater and can somewhat be more colorful than saltwater, in my personal opinion. So let's talk about them. The first fish would be a fish that I now own, and that is the red terror cichlid, the fiestae. And the females are gorgeous. The female fiestes are absolutely pretty. They have orange body, black stripes, and a very beautiful fish. Don't get me wrong, the males are just as beautiful. I have a beautiful male, and the males will have like a turquoise face and black stripes, and they look gorgeous as well. The fieste looks just like a saltwater clownfish, doesn't it? Tell me that this does not look like a saltwater clownfish. The issue is, though, that this fish is more aggressive than a clownfish and gets larger than a clownfish, but it is still a unique looking fish. Up next, we have the green terror cichlid, which also comes from South America. And the green terror cichlid has nice orange coloration, green coloration, and silver coloration. This is not a true green terror. This is actually a gold psalm. And there's also a white psalm, but those are my favorite green terrors. I like the psalms better than the actual green terrors, but these are very pretty as well. And then discus. Discus are very, very colorful. Um, this picture alone shows you the color variants of the ever so popular discus. Discus are popular for a very good reason, and it's because of their color. I've kept discus. I enjoy them, but they are somewhat boring to keep. But I like the wild caught discus. And if I were to keep discus again, I would get wild variants. Um, the black bar silver dollar or the wide bar scumberky is very beautiful. This is a male wide bar, a male emperor blue hook. Very, very gorgeous fish. It kind of reminds me of the black and white Henioceus saltwater fish. And the Asian arowana is a very beautiful freshwater fish as well. I love the Asian arrows. Too bad they're illegal here. It sucks that Asian arowanas are illegal in the United States of America. I mean, we've got people doing cannabis and other stuff that was once illegal. So why can't we not make Asian arowanas legal? Think about it. If Asian arowanas became legal in the United States of America, we would make a whole bunch of money because people that are serious about fish keeping would buy Asian arowanas and they would support their pet stores. And in return, that would support the economy because these arowanas cost a couple $1,000 and they're totally worth the money. They're a very gorgeous and pretty fish. And I definitely think the Asian arowana is just as colorful as saltwater fish, if not more colorful and more personable than some of the saltwater fish that are out there. And obviously, some of the African cichlids, like the blue dolphins, and my personal favorite Africans, the frontosia, they're just as colorful as some of the saltwater fish out there. And then, of course, you've got the firemouth cichlid, the severums, the red spotted severums are very colorful as well. So those would be my picks for freshwater fish that are just as colorful as the saltwater fish as well. All right. So again, I see that we have some more viewers. If you have any tropical fish questions, freshwater or saltwater, simply post them in the comments and I will answer them. And you can also answer the questions that I am asking. And the questions that I am asking are located in the video description. And you can post your answers to those questions in the comments as well. So I've got one final topic that I'm going to talk about before we take our quick commercial. And the last topic I'm going to talk about for this month is opening up those ponds. It is now spring, so it is now time to open up those koi and goldfish ponds. So if you live in places like New England or anywhere where you have a cold winter and it snows, now that the weather is above 50 degrees and it's going to be spring and summer, you can open up your ponds and show the beautiful nature of your koi and goldfish. So right now, let's talk about setting up ponds and let's talk about opening them up for the spring, the gorgeous koi and goldfish pond. Now, I have never had a pond in my life, so I am no pond expert, but I'm going to give you some tips that I found from a very popular pond website, and I'm going to tell you how to set up your pond for the spring. So the first thing they say to do is to clean out debris from your pond. They say it's very important to clean out the debris. Make sure you vacuum the bottom, take care of leaves, pull out the decaying plants, and give your pots a scrub. So they also recommend using pond plants for algae control. It's a great natural approach. Also, they want you to begin water filtration and reinstall a pump or a skimmer. When starting to cycle your pond, you'll want to check if pond aerators are 100% open and functioning. Check that all the mechanics are working with proper flow. And if you have a waterfall, double check that nothing is stuck in the impeller. Keep in mind that air stones can remain off until water temperatures reach 73 plus degrees. If you live in an area where your pond can dip below 40 degrees during winter, be sure to only activate your pump or skimmer once your water reaches back over the 50-degree mark. Also, supplement nutrifying bacteria to improve your biological filter. Get that biofilter churning by adding nitrifying bacteria to your pond. 65 degrees is the optimal temperature for the bacteria to help your biofilter come back to life. Evaluate your koi fish health. Overfeeding and feeding too early in the season are two of the most common and costly mistakes made by hobbyists. The health of your fish contribute to the overall health of your pond. Make sure your fish are clear of any ulcers or white cloudy eyes patches of skin. Don't stress that they seem unhealthy. Adding medication to your pond this early will not be the quick fix you're expecting. When evaluating your fish, do not net and put in a bowl. Their immune systems are still low until they've eaten for 3 weeks or until the water hits 68 degrees. While cleaning, evaluating, try not to jar the fish. They won't move around as much at first and are delicate. And test your parameters consistently. Your temperature should be 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And generally, you want to keep your pond in a 64 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit range as consistently as possible. And your pH, you should always keep your pH as close to the ideal 7.3 to 7.7 range as possible. And lastly, they recommend adding floating plants to your aquarium, and floating plants will add some decor for your fish to hide in, and they'll also add some beauty to your pond as well. So that is how to open up your pond for spring and get a beautiful koi and goldfish pond going. It is my goal one of these days for me to set up a koi and goldfish pond. I've always enjoyed koi, and I would love to have a koi and goldfish pond in my backyard eventually. That would be amazing, and I think it would be perfect to have a koi and goldfish pond. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a short commercial. This commercial is being brought to us by Jeremy Stellhorn from Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with high-quality fish food, including rapashi, and they also have sponge filters, etc. Check out littleegyptaquariumclub.com, and the commercial I'm going to play is going to tell you all about Little Egypt Aquarium Club. When I come back, it's time for the Fish Keeper Show-Off and a couple of other exciting topics, and I'll answer any questions that come in. Stick around. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.
The following message is brought to you by Jeremy Stellhorn and Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Get our awesome aquarium products and find out how to save 10% using coupon code ALEX.
Hello, I am Brandy Cardinale the Beagle. I'm here to introduce Aqua Alex, and he has a special message. He's going to tell you a place where to get high-quality aquarium supplies and how to save 10%.
Hey everybody, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. I've got a very special announcement for you. My buddy Jeremy Stellhorn has an online business called Little Egypt Aquarium Club that specializes in aquarium supplies such as driftwood and Bucko Cave and also tropical fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with the specialized tropical fish food and aquarium supplies. I personally recommend Rapashi tropical fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club has plenty of Rapashi. You can find Rapashi Community Plus for all your community fish, and you can even find Rapashi Morningwood for your royal plecos and your Panacu plecos that need wood in their diet. LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com, your home for all sorts of aquarium supplies and tropical fish food. Be like Aqua Alex and purchase Rapashi for your aquarium fish. I have predatory fish, and even they themselves love Rapashi. And get this, I, Aqua Alex Cardinale, love saving money when I buy quality aquarium products. I'm here to help you save money. So when you purchase from Little Egypt Aquariumclub.com, I'm going to give you a discount code so that you can save 10%. All you need to do at checkout is use coupon code ALEX to save 10% on your order. That's right, to save 10% on your order, just use coupon code ALEX. LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com. Every purchase helps Aqua Alex, and it'll help you as well. So go to LittleEgyptAquariumClub.com, place an order, and use the coupon code ALEX to get 10% off. Now, back to the tropical fish chat. Welcome back to the April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A here on Aqua Alex Live. We're having a great time so far, and I look forward to answering your tropical fish questions. So if you're just tuning in now, post your tropical fish keeping questions in the comments, and I will answer them. You can ask me any freshwater or saltwater questions that you have. I look forward to answering them. And you can also answer my questions. This month, I am asking you the following questions. If you could be any fish species, what fish would you be? If you can get new fish, what new fish would you want to get? And how often do you do water changes? Do you enjoy doing water changes as well? So post your answers to those questions in the comments, and post your own questions in the comments, and I will answer them. So right now it's time for the fun part of our Fish Keepers Q&A as we wait for some questions to come in. It's time for the Fish Keepers show off, and then I am going to go over some of the stock at tangledupincichlids.com, exoticfishshop.com, and aquatic rarities. Those are the three fish stores that I like and that I purchase from, and they are really, really good. So right now, for the very first time ever on a Ask Aqua Alex Live, I'm going to show off some of my very own personal fish here on Fish Keeper Show Off. I'm going to show off fish that I got from Aquatic Rarities and TangledUpInCichlids.com. And then I'm going to show off some other Fish Keepers' amazing fish. So it's time for the Fish Keeper Show Off. All right, welcome to the April 2022 Fish Keepers Show Off. And for the first time ever, you're going to see some of my personal fish here on the Fish Keepers Show Off. So up first, I'm going to show fish that I got from Aquatic Rarities, aka Malone's Monsters, in 2021 and early 2022. The fish that I got from Aquatic Rarities are my vulture cats, my Lima Shovelnose, my wide bar Emperor Blue Hook Silver Dollars, my red hooks, and my Niger catfish. The Niger cat was hiding in the video, so you won't be able to see him, but you'll see everybody else. And the fish from Aquatic Rarities are very high quality. Bob does a great job in selling his fish, feeding them, and taking care of them, and you will be thrilled if you purchase from him. And yes, Aquatic Rarities ships all throughout the United States of America. All the fish that I got from Aquatic Rarities have put on size. They're doing great. They're eating, and they're getting a lot bigger. So let's check out my fish from Aquatic Rarities. The Lima Chauvinos and the Vulture Cats have definitely put on the most size. The Vulture Cats I got around July of 2021, and the Lima Chauvinos and the Silver Dollars I got in about maybe January or February of 2022. So I got them just a few months ago. But as you can see, the Black Bar Silver Dollars have a ton of orange coloration. They are doing great. They're very beautiful. They're known as Emperor Blue Hooks. And the Red Hook Silver Dollars are doing amazing as well. Very, very pretty. So in August of 2021, I ordered from tangledupincichlids.com. And my original order from tangledupincichlids.com consisted of 4 flagtail Procholotus, a banded Leporhinus, and an unknown species of gold Leporhinus. I have had to rehome both Leporhinus as they were very fin nippy, and I still have the flagtail Procholotus. In September, I lost one of the 4, but that was the only one that I lost. So from September until February, I had 3 flagtail Procholotus. And then in February, I got my 125-gallon aquarium. And I moved all the flagtails into the 125. But as I was transporting some of the other fish from the 75-gallon, one flagtail jumped out and did not make it, unfortunately. But today, I have the 2 remaining flagtails. They are doing amazing, and they are putting on some size. I love flagtail Procholotus, and Kevin from Tangled Up in Cichlids, he gets them in on occasion, and he gets in beautiful ones. So definitely check him out for flagtails and other rare cichlids as well. So here are the flagtails that I got from tangledupincichlids.com. Very nice flagtail Procholotus, one of my favorite South American tetras of all time. So those were my very first Aqua Alex fish show off. Next month, on the May 2022 Ask Aqua Alex Live, I'm going to show off fish that I got from exoticfishshop.com and my local fish store. So stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to show off other fish keepers' fish. And the first video comes from my friend Daryl, who is a South Florida fish keeper as well. And I recently sold my largest red hook to Daryl. And I sold Daryl my rock-heel severum, one of my female green severums, and my female red-spotted severum because I did not want any more eggs. So he gave them a great home. He's got a nice big aquarium for them, and he had a single large red hook for a while, but now that large red hook has a buddy, as he took in my adult red hook and those 3 severums. He's an amazing fish keeper. So here's the fish that he got from me that he wants to show off to all of you. Very nice. That tank looks gorgeous. The next fish that I want to show off from Daryl is a red tail catfish that he is growing out. Daryl is going to put this red tail cat in a nice big monster pond. So let's check out his red tail catfish. Very nice catfish. And the last fish we're going to show off is a group of datnoids that my friend Kevin is selling. Very nice datnoids. So if you're looking for datnoids, message me on Facebook, Alex Cardinale, and I will give you Kevin's contact information so you can get one of those amazing looking datnoids. Very, very fun. All right, it's time for our final segment here on the Fish Keepers Q&A for April 2022. And now we're going to see some of the stock list of Tangled Up in Cichlids, Exotic Fish Shop, and Aquatic Rarities. So let me turn on screen share so that we can get those websites. Share screen, and we'll do that. There we go. Let me make sure that our screen share is up and running. I'm going to add it to our screen. There we go. So let's start with tangledupincichlids.com. And this is his current stock list. He has everything in stock right now at the moment. So if you see something you like, you can purchase it. And this is the stock for April 25th, which is this week. So let's see, what's some interesting species we can highlight. Let's go down. Parachromis maniguense, those are very beautiful fish. And these are an amazing looking jaguar cichlid. Very, very beautiful. Kind of looks like the maniguense that I have that you'll see on Sunday. Very, very interesting looking maniguense. Very, very cool. So moving on down, let's see here. Jack Dempsey's, Firemouths, Salvini's, plenty of Viaja, which are all staples in the aquarium hobby. So let's go down to South American cichlids, pretty much the same as last month. Let's see if there's anything interesting for Tangled Up in Cichlids. The gold spotted pike, Crenticicla frenata, very, very pretty pike cichlids. I want to definitely get one of these in the future. Very, very pretty pike cichlids, as you can see. Very nice looking. Let's see. Those are the only pikes he has except for these ones. Crenticicla cyclostoma. I've never heard of them or seen them before, so I want to see what they look like. They're pretty cool looking. They look nice. Almost like a belly crawler, in my opinion. Let's see. So bunch of geophagus, which are very cool. The Colombian chocolate cichlid, very nice. Temporalis chocolate cichlid, very tempting. I lost my two, so I might have to replace them. Ooh, my favorite, Mesahero Feste. I've got one already, though, so I don't need another one. Unless he has a female. That would be cool. There's the festivums that we talked about earlier in the show. Altum angels, Lapaldi angels, wild scalar angels, Waru, very impressive South American stock. But the African cichlid that I'm interested in, that Kevin at Tangled Up in Cichlids has right now, is the Paratilapia pollini. Very, very cool looking fish. Definitely a Madagascar cichlid that I would like to keep in the future. Very, very pretty. So for tetras and barbs and carp, there are tinfoil barbs, pink-tailed chalceus, clown loaches, leperinus, spotted silver dollars of Mentinus lipocontinus and Mentinus maculatus. Mylius scumberki, wide bar, red hook silver dollars, which are cool. And for catfish, we've got the Orinoco dolphin catfish. We've got Brocious catfish, Pimelotus pictus, and Synodontis decorus, which are all very cool catfish. So let's go to exoticfishshop.net now. I haven't been on this stock list in a while, so I'm not sure what to expect here. So let's look at catfish here on exoticfishshop.net. Electric catfish, very cool catfish. I have not seen one of these in person in years since I left Massachusetts. Dorado cat, very, very cool. Niger cat, love those guys. I have one of them. Red tail cat, short body, very cool. Irwini cat, tigrinus. There's that Brocious cat that I talked about earlier. Let's see, some Corridora. These guys are cool, but they're aggressive. The black driftwood cat, the Ornate pictus, very cool. Let's go to South American cichlids. These are very, very interesting. True parrot cichlid, Orinatus cichlid, which is a South American, which is very cool. Peacock bass, discus, laticulata pike cichlids. These guys look just like snakeheads. Very, very cool. More peacock bass. The basket mouth cichlid is another cool South American cichlid. Let's see if he has any cool wolffish in stock. So he still has the common and the Armara wolffish. So that's exoticfishshop.net. Now let's go to aquatic rarities. So I'll have to get his website from Google. Here we go. And let's take a look at his stock really quick. All righty, let's see. It's not working for some reason. That's strange. Darn it. Let's try reloading it. Oh, that's all right. Well, I just had it. I just got off of it. Let's go back. Let's see. History. All right, there we go. Sometimes technology can be a pain in the ass, folks. Again, it's taking forever to load. All right, we'll just we'll show off next month. Malone's Monsters. All right, so that is the stock list for the April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A. Steve's Aquatic says, I sent you a photo. All right, so let me go to my email and we'll get that photo and we'll show it off here on the April 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A. So let's see. I got it. Very cool. Oh, nice. I'm going to put this on the stream so that the viewers can see it. So Steve sent me a very, very nice picture of his albino hecali acara or albino hecali geophagus. So these are them right here. Here we go. And that is my friend Steve Aquatics albino hecali acara or albino threadfin geophagus or albino threadfin acara. Very, very beautiful fish. Those are stunning, Steve. I really like those. Very, very pretty, very gorgeous. I want one of them. They're so beautiful. I really like them. Very, very cool. So thank you, Steve, for sending in that picture. Very, very nice. All right. I would like to thank everyone that watched this video, whether you watched it live or you watched the archive of today's video. We didn't get any questions to answer live, but that's okay. I'll answer any questions that come in the replay of today's video. Just post your questions in the comments and I will answer them. I look forward to answering your questions. So the next Fish Keepers Q&A is going to air on Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you get your questions in by May 20th. So email your questions, Alex Yankees Cardinale 19@gmail.com, and also email photos and videos of your aquarium fish to Alex Yankees Cardinale 19@gmail.com by May 20th. So that's going to be awesome. This Sunday, I will celebrate my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live. I'm going to do a feeding video. I'll show you my fish eating bloodworms, market shrimp, and tilapia. And I'm also going to do a video of some of the native fish species at the Palm Beach Zoo on the 100th video. And there's going to be a whole bunch more. So make sure you tune into the 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live, Sunday, May 1st, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Aqua Alex Live on YouTube, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Like the video, everyone. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, if you are a new viewer. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of April. Happy May. And have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. And treat yourself to a new fish. Happy fish keeping, everybody. Tank on and Aqua Alex saying, have a great night. Thank you for watching. Happy fish keeping. Hey, fish keeping friends, Aqua Alex here. Guess what? We're having a fishy celebration this Sunday, May 1st, 2022, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It will be the 100th live stream video of Aqua Alex Live. And the celebration takes place right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. On the 100th live stream of Aqua Alex Live, you can expect many great surprises. The first thing you can expect, see my fish eat. I'm going to do a fish feeding on my 100th video. I will feed my wolffish, I will feed my Oscars, my peacock bass, my silver dollars, my vulture cats, and all my other fish, tilapia, shrimp, and pellets. I'm also going to do a local fish store tour. I'm going to take you around one of my local fish stores, and you'll be able to see all the amazing fish that they have in stock. One cool thing I'm going to show you is the native fish and aquatic turtles at my job. You guys know that I work at Palm Beach Zoo. And in our cafe is outside of a nice pond in a big lake. And in that lake we have a lot of exotic fish like gars and Mayan cichlids. So you're going to see some of the native fish there and the aquatic turtles at the Palm Beach Zoo. Also on the 100th live stream of Aqua Alex Live, you can expect to see what new fish I get. And in honor of our 100th video, my good friend James, who is a cichlid breeder, sent me 2 amazing fish. So on my 100th episode of Aqua Alex Live, you will see what fish my friend James Anthony sent me and any other new fish that I get. Will there be special guest fish keepers? You're going to have to tune in to find out. The 100th Fishy Bass celebration airs live this Sunday, May 1st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Aqua Alex Live on the legendary Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. Stay fishy, everybody, and happy fish keeping. Ted Hood! Sergeant Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the inaugural Memorial Day 2022 Bash, hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale. The inaugural Memorial Day Bash airs live Monday, May 30th, 2022 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. The 2022 Memorial Day Bash is being hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale. And on the Memorial Day 2022 Bash, I will discuss the history of Memorial Day, and I will discuss why we celebrate Memorial Day. We're going to pay our respects to all the brave men and women out there fighting for us and this great country. USA! USA! Also on the inaugural Memorial Day Bash, I am going to address the veterans. Yes, that's right, Sergeant Alex Cardinale is going to address the veterans. We're also going to have a very special guest. That's right, we're going to have a very special guest. Former Army member James Anthony will be our very first guest for the first time ever on a holiday bash. That's going to be incredible. So we're going to speak to a former Army member as we pay our respects to the United States of America men and women who serve in our Army and in our military. There's also going to be an appearance by Chef Alex Cardinale, and Chef Alex is going to give you the best recipes to make for the veterans in your life. There'll also be an appearance by Aqua Alex, and Aqua Alex will talk about how fish tanks can help veterans. And if Chef Alex and Aqua Alex don't do the right thing, I'm going to have to put them in the camel clutch and the cobra clutch. Maggots! So the inaugural Memorial Day 2022 Bash goes down live Monday, May 30th, 2022, live 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Come join me as we pay our respects to the United States military men and women, all those who serve, past or present. Don't be a maggot. Be there and be square, and let's pay respect to all the great military men and women. And that's an order. You're all dismissed.